Then Willis had to take over to make more of them. They couldn't make enough, so Ford had to get involved. But I think the needs of the many overcame the needs of the few at that point, so you know. But there's so many Jeeps, so you could actually make more of them if you want. But it means there's a ton of spare parts for these. There's another Jeep here. It's complete with tools on the side. So that's all kitted up nicely. Right, if I just find a way of focusing round. Right, if we go to this truck over here. So this is a, I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to have to go around the front and look. It looks like a, I'm not sure what that is. What is this? The badge, there's nothing really on the badge, it's just GMC. So this is a GMC, because that used to be a division of General Motors that made lorries and various types of trucks, pickups, sorry. Another Jeep here with the windscreen down, so full air conditioning. If we move around here, we see another GMC. The badge is a lot more clear on this one. See the windscreen's been put up, so yeah. So now we're about to come across a very strange vehicle indeed. I've never seen this before, so I'm going to have to focus in a bit on this, but it looks like one of these, I don't know what it is. It could be like a military style bulldozer, or it could have been used as one. Just some sort of tracked vehicle. Not really sure. Totally unsure there. I might look into it one day. We come across a encampment, but it's not where we see a Land Rover pick up with the sort of tonneau cover. We see a Foden, a military style Foden. Now I read this last time, but it's an FH70 Limber. That is an absolute beastie new there. That is an absolute beast. What's that? There's a couple of Land Rovers here. So that's a, just says Spice, don't know why. Don't know what's spicy about it, but it looks like one of these radio vehicles, so whenever they need to communicate, you just get the aerial up, try not to get spotted, and just communicate. No, Royal Air Force one here as well, Land Rover. Looks like some sort of communications post behind it. And before anybody asks, the rest of the world probably knows, won't go into why. But there's a, okay, what's this one? Another military vehicle, and this one is a Bedford. So this is based on a Bedford, like the other commercial vehicle really. Next to it, take a guess. It is another Jeep. But is it a Ford or Willis or did we, or did someone else put this together? That's a Willis. That's sort of the original ones, really. Yeah, so that's a Willis. So I've seen a Ford and a Willis Jeep today. Not bad going. Right, if we swing round, there's a, that looks to be an Austin Champ. I'm just gonna focus in because there's a rather, oh my god, it's like, he looks as though he's been in the desert too long, like really badly sunburnt. I think that was me after the hottest day of the year. It don't look great. That is interesting. That is pretty good actually. We see a, looks like a Rotax. Okay, that's interesting. This is Rotax Harley Davidson military police style one. Never knew the military police had Harley Davidsons. But it's not a V-twin. That's weird. Most of the time I always thought that Harley Davidsons come with V-twins, like all the time. So if we have a look around here, see another Land Rover painted up in the colour of I4. So I'm not really sure who was I4. Which UN department was that? What international force on, no one knows. Well, whoop, someone's just about to take a picture. Just let him take the picture. Right, he's done. Right, so if we move around here, I don't know who I4 must have been, but don't think there was a UN department somehow. Used to have all these operations by UN. They used to have all sorts of weird acronyms. There's another Land Rover, and there's a Caravan. Don't let Top Gear near it. Bedford lorry of some kind. I'm trying to think. I want to go take a closer look at one of the instruction things. It just says 4-ton cargo for this. It's probably some sort of so I don't know. Again, I must learn about my commercial vehicles. And there's in the backdrop some really nice trees. There's a armoured car of some kind. Another Land Rover. I think, oh wait a minute, I think military use of Land Rovers goes back a long way, probably almost to the day, well, probably not D-Day, but probably almost back to the day that Land Rovers were first mass manufactured. So now we make our way back. Oh, excuse the shadow. It's really quite a sunny day today. So let's have another look at this park. It's nice, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. I keep having to tap the screen just to make sure it doesn't like shut the screen down, because I've actually got to know what I'm actually in fact filming, actually what I'm videoing. Yeah, so this is Parham Park, 13th of July 2025. This is actually the second time I've been here. I've actually been here before, but I mostly took photographs. But it's quite a random thing I did that time. That was also the same day that I first visited Chichester. So yeah, this is not the first time I've been here, but it's the first time I've been here videoing. If we used to make our way around here, there's a Volvo, there's a row of 3 Volvos. I don't know what that one is, doesn't say. Doesn't really say what they are. There's a Scania 124L 400. Scania P230, and there's a really late Foden C345 or 345. So now if we focus, right, we're going to go and take a look at some buses now. I'm going to start at this rather weird looking one at the end there. Oh dear. Certainly get my steps count done around here. If we go around here, this is it says observation coach. You'll notice it has a sort of fin on the back. This is like an attempt at aerodynamics. We're Blue Motors Minehead. But this looks like a 1939 Leyland Cheetah. There was an attempt at, yeah, Leyland Cheetah. I should have read the front of it, shouldn't I? But 1939. So this is just, yeah. They never made another one quite like it. See a Southdown bus, sorry. Keep thinking, it's because I've been looking at trucks. So there's another Southdown one here. Doesn't say what they are. It might have been made by Southdown, because some of the bus companies used to have their own garage, and they used to buy a chassis and an engine from somewhere, and then they just put it together. They used to always make a nice job of it. So I don't know what that is. There's another Southdown here, but what is it? I'm going to take a look around the back. There must be a clue as to what the engine and chassis combination was. Spare batteries are getting on my nerves now. Doesn't really say. So if we go around here, there's a, oh, now this bus is quite interesting. It just says the Pride and is Wellow Isle of Wight. Doesn't quite say what it is, but it's a cabriolet. It's essentially a drop top. An REO safety bus. Yeah, so an REO safety bus, not anything else. REO. I wonder if they made ones for this country. So there's the two Southdown buses. Now, both have got split windows, and both. Just trying to think when they were. Well, if we go around here, we see a Unimog. Now we're going to leave this bit and go to see a Unimog. That's nice, isn't it? There's a Stay Putch. Halflinger, I think. Well, also, who I've seen today is in fact the tractors are in the arena, so I don't need to get there yet. But if we go around here, we see an EOF E10 325, and it looks like Harris's are here, but they haven't quite opened up yet. But I noticed they've got their lorries on display in a display type way. So there's a Foden over here. It looks to be one with a generator set on the back. If we take a look at the generator set, I have seen these around before, just so they're in such a. So there's a generator set in there, and that one is a M Rawlins. Just trying to think, seen that around before. There's some sort of music organ, so I don't need to stick around for that. But here's the there's a couple of AEC Matadors, one with a generator set on the back, which I have seen around before, so I don't need to do that one again. And another AEC Matador there. So one on the right's a generator, one in the middle's towing rig. This one's another generator set. It's got Gardner on the back of that, I know that. Don't need to show it. But if we have a look, oh no. So there's another AEC Matador, and there's a Bedford with a Perkins in it. And it looks as though it worked in Ashington. Is it Ashington or? I'm not sure. If we just pan round, because I don't need to be in, don't really need to, because then we're gonna, right, so I've shown you the, this could be an issue. If we make our way out of here, could be. There's going to be a few steam engines running around today. There's the Dodgems, sorry about the music. So I'll get past as quick as I can. See the size of this park, and we're in the South Downs now. It's a national park, which I never knew it. Right, I won't need to go there quite yet. Right, just got to go past as quickly as possible. Time's that open? That won't be open yet, so there looks to be a mini moke going past. It says Morris on the front, but it's a mini moke. We're about to head into the steam bit. Classic cars are just up there. Classic Land Rover Discovery. So there's an organ over there, some sort of thing. There's the classic cars there. I'm going to be up there in the next few minutes, but I'll give it an hour. Now we get round to the steam bit, which is the focus of the weekend. There's a Garrett steam engine that's got a generator on the front of it. This will be a Showman's engine. Way back. It's not really doing anything at the moment, but there's the organ thingy. Right, let's move on. Oh, going past me is a Fowler. You can actually make those crawl along, do the slow race. If we focus around here now, we see a Wallace. Wallace, just says Wallace, I think. Yeah, so there's a Wallace. So not much knowledge on that. And we see Aveling and Bar Ford. So there's an Aveling and Bar Ford, and it's got the Invicta badge on the front of it. So it's also Aveling and Porter used to have the Invicta badge on the front of it. Right, so if we move our way along, there's a Wallace and Stevens. Right, we now see a Royal Engineers Advance. So the Royal Engineers would be using these, but it's actually a Wallace Advance. Now this one I'm familiar with. This by looks of things a Sentinel. It's all decked out like a Shepherd Neame. It's a quite well known brewery that I'm familiar with. So I think I've seen that. I don't know whether this is one I've actually seen at Faversham during the transport weekend. I might have done. Sentinels are quite quick for a steam engine. If we move along now, we can see a Man's Patent steam cart and wagon. So I've never seen a steam engine called a Man's before. I've seen, kind of looks, it's a haulage contractor, so chances are, see these articulated lorries that deliver things now, that would have been doing it. That's its job. Every steam engine had a job. It was designed to do things. So notice how the steam engines are nicely arranged, so I can actually take a look at them. There's another Burrell. This time it's a full-size Burrell, and that's a Lord, and it's called Lord Roberts. swing round because there's a Super Sentinel going past. Look at how quick they actually are. They are pretty quick for a steam engine. Oh, we now see a Foden, because Foden started with steam engines, really. Well, I think they started with steam engines. That's kind of history that I know of them. Let's take another look at the Lord Robertson. Yes. And yeah, people back in the day would have been polishing their engines and checking everything. A bit like when people go out doing deliveries, they should be checking their vans. A bit like that, really. Have to check things, have to polish things, have to make sure things are working properly, no dodgy lights, anything like that. Here we are, looks like another Aveling and Porter, because it says Invicta, but the badge is missing off the front of it. Aveling and Porter looks like they were made in Rochester, so they have the Kent badge. And that's called Royalty. And it's a steamroller. So, and if we see another steamroller here, I'm going to try and get a nice little angle on it. It's just sitting there. It's a Marshall. There's actually a Marshall. That is brilliant. These things are brilliant. Right, I'm just going to take another look around the... Right, now we just get round here, we see a Garrett soup. I'll just walk through the smoke as one does. Look at that. I'm going to try and go behind the smoke actually, just to get a better view of it. I suspect well, you wouldn't have got traffic jams back then, hardly any vehicles on the road. If we have a look at that, there's an Advance running serenely somewhere. But now we see it. Oh, what is this one? This looks like a road tractor, and it looks like this one looks the Mistress. I'm not sure what this one is. It looks as though it would have been doing... Oh, wait a minute. Those cables could have been pulling a plough. Could be pulling a plough, because I've seen one of these at one end of the field, one of these at another end of the field, actually ploughing the field. Where it pull the plough one way, then they'd give a signal, and then they'd let off the slack, and the other engine would pull. Right, I'm now going to head up towards the tractors, because, well, I'm hoping I haven't... Let's see. Right, I was just making sure that we're now going to go up to the... I'm going to go up the field now, because I would like to go and see the tractors. Every show should have a tractor section. And what's the first one I see? It looks like a Field Marshal single cylinder diesel. Yes, Field Marshal single cylinder diesel. Those are very interesting diesel engines actually, being two-stroke. You could even make it where it didn't complete its cycle, it just rocked to and fro. Or you could make the engine go backwards. Next to that's a Massey Ferguson 35. Hold up, I've seen this one, haven't I? There's a Oliver HG being parked up. Another Massey Ferguson 35, but this time with the Massey Ferguson badge on it rather than the Ferguson badge that was on there. It's a Ford